So, I've taken a look. Turns out the Thieves Guild guy isn't in the boil. It's somewhere around here in the docks. So we're gonna have to look around for him here. Since you seem to know your place, I suppose I may converse with you. I'm having a bit of difficulty, truth be told. What is your problem, sir? I recently inherited these warehouses here, and I need to sell them to pay off my debts. But I have a rat problem. A big rat problem, and no one will purchase them from me until the rats are eradicated. How much will you pay for me to do away with these rats? That is the problem, madam. I have no money, and I need the money the sale of these properties would give me, desperately. You can take whatever you find as you're clearing them out as your payment, if you like. There should be at least a few valuable odds and ends of a technological nature. Alright, sure. I'll take care of it for you. Thank you. Please inform me when the rats are all dead. We can handle rats. Easy. And what do we have here? Key to Simon Plow's warehouse. Yoink. I don't think we need any of these. Yeast. Let's take this. Oh. Big rats. Still easy though. We don't need to get involved. Electrical component. Do we need that for anything? No, doesn't seem like we need these for anything. Fertilizer. Dwarven ore. This might actually be valuable. Compass. Revolver chamber. And the bear trap. Okay, we can leave this here. As I understand it, this place can actually be used to store things, because the containers never reset here. The warehouse is free of rats, sir. Thank you so very much. You have helped me more than you could know. I am sorry that I have nothing to give you but my thanks. That's quite alright. Good day. And what's in here? Interesting. Let's see where this leads. Maybe we shouldn't be down here just yet. I got a level. We can raise a few things. I'll go prowling. I've made a mental note. I'll come back to this place. Seems like a good spot for our level. You seem to have a ghost bear. Where do I get one? Medallion of Silence? It's magic, but plus prowling. Maybe that will work for me. Very expensive, this stuff that she's selling. Bonus pickpocket. But it is magic. Okay, let's get back to it. Hold on a moment. You're Mrs. Pettibone's benefactor. You've come to the right place, miss. That's correct. I'm here to see about joining the underground. Fair enough, fair enough. I have just the job that will grant you full membership status. But I need to go over the basics of the underground with you before I send you on your first job. I'm listening. The Thieves' Underground is a loose confederacy of all the major thieves in all the major cities, you see? We look out for each other and collect useful information on the goings on in our respective cities. If you're being a part of the underground, there is always someone to talk to in a city that can tell you what you might need to be aware of, jobs and such. So I go to the underground to get my jobs. We have an interest in most any job worth doing. But that's not to say you can't freelance a bit, if you know what I mean. When you get your jobs through us, though, we've generally got the whole thing sussed out, and we've attended to any details that might need attending. All we ask in return is a small portion of the take. What if I say no? Don't get me wrong, we ain't no enforcers. If you don't want to be a part of this, you can simply go on your way. I must warn you to never talk of this, though, regardless if you join or not. We must protect ourselves, you understand. You'd have no problem with another thief working on your cities? Why would we? As I said, we have an interest in any job worth doing. The only way for you to become involved in important jobs is through us. There's always places to rob, stores and such. We're mostly concerned with the big coin. Sounds good? Count me in. Just because I've made the offer doesn't mean you're in, miss. You need to do a job for us, and then you'll be a member. Okay, what's the job? Alright then, Tarant has a fairly extensive sewer system, right? One could use the sewer system for access to quite a number of locations where one has no right to be, eh? Trouble is, it is easy to get lost down there. We've had several try to map them out, with little success. Most of them don't return. You want me to map the sewers? Don't be daft, woman. I just told you we've lost several good people attempting to map them already. We need someone to get the old city plans that have the full layout of the sewers. The city managers have decided that only authorized blokes can see them. They think people might use them for the nefarious purposes, eh? Ridiculous concern. Where are these plans? They're in the Department of Water, in City Hall at 87 East End Avenue, just past the Bates Mansion. When you bring the plans back, I'll make you a full member. Alright, I'll return with those plans. He's got a locked chest, but I'm not gonna push my luck. Stealing from a thief? Very difficult. Okay, let's stop by the Panari Crypt first. Just to unload some items. I've never found anyone willing to buy arrows. I'll just drop them. Right now I've got enough healing items. I'll drop these as well. I don't want to talk to Jaina right now. So we've got our mission. We gotta go steal a map. Thaddeus Minor wants you to retrieve the map of the Tarantian sewers. Okay, we can do that. Let me just stop by here, see what he's got. Nothing of interest. Ah. All of these seem very expensive. I'll buy this one just to see what it's like. Tired of keeping too many rag in your inventory for the creation of Molotov cocktails? Well, we've just a solution. Use the amazing replication powers of the ruby to create more rags on the spot. 14 more rags will be created. Unbelievable. Well, that certainly sounds useful, but I haven't found the Molotovs to be particularly useful. Sammy White. Very belligerent fellow. Hello, missus. I go by the name of Tom Gregg. Say, you wouldn't happen to know a fellow named of De Cesar, would you? No, I've not had the pleasure, I'm afraid. Oh, did I? Ah, that's obvious. Or you would not have referred to it as a pleasure. Well, if you happen to see him, could you tell him to get his bum over to the subterranean kiosk on the Kensington Broadway? He was meant to have met me here over an hour ago. Any idea as to where this fellow might be? Most likely at the bottom of a bottle somewhere, unless I miss my guess. I'll let him know you're looking for him if I see him. Thank you very much, ma'am. What about you? What have you got? This guy really doesn't like us. He's got a reaction of 7. Creep armor. ++ backstab. cool. But it's magic, so no. Same deal. Magic stuff, not to my interest. May I ask your name? Ah, you must be fairly new in Tehran not to know who I am. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Frederick T. Fitzgerald. Mayhap you have heard of me in some circles. I am legendary. Goodbye. So there's nothing to be done with this guy. And he's got nothing interesting in his house. The Tarantian. I'm Mr. Wright, editor of the Tarantian, finest newspaper in all the land. Who are you? My name is Martini Kaboom. Do you have a job I could do? Well, this is the Tarantian. News is our business. The first thing that pops to mind when you mention work is news. Do you have any newsworthy stories? We pay quite well. I am the sole survivor of the IFS Zephyr. No. We're not going to tell him that. Remember, we're supposed to be keeping a low profile. I was looking for more of a labor position. Well, we don't have any openings there at the moment. He thinks for a moment. There's a small job you could do. You'd only pay 75 coin. Interested? Yes. Alright, this is a payment note. I need it delivered to Mrs. Ulster. Her house is at the corner of Devonshire and Vermilion. Return to me after delivery and I'll give you the 75 coin. That's an easy one. Unless this is the sort of quest that just ends up transforming into something much bigger. Witcher 3 style. Witcher 3 was a great game. Love it. Here we go, Mrs. Ulster. Yes, Mr. Wright sent me. Mr. Wright. Oh yes, the payment. Do you have the note? Yes, here you are. She examines the note. Yes, everything seems to be in order. Here's a little something for your trouble, miss. Goodbye. I didn't even think to take a sneak peek at the note. Oh well. Alright. You can't go inside the Wellington Club. I think that's where the Cesare is. Do I still have the authorization? Yes. Also, wait, I think... this is involved with the Cesare's quest. I think this is the Skull's quest. According to the mod that I have installed, Polished Car Arcanum, he changed how the mod maker changed how the Skull's quest goes. It Uh, Super messed up. But I kind of liked how messed up it was. What? What is it? Who you be? Who might you be? Why, I am the Honorable Sir Matt de Cesare, Esquire. I am to deliver a message to you from Tom Grack. What? Oh, what does that old tosser want now? He's waiting at the Kensington Broadway kiosk for you. Oh, he did, eh? He lurches forward and steadies himself at the last minute before falling on top of you. Stupid bourgeois businessman, let him wait. Well, my work is done. Good day. It becomes obvious that his drunkenness was a ruse, but he quickly grabs you. Who are you? Why did you lead him here to me? Talk quickly before I kill you. What? What are you talking about? I've never seen Grack use women before. But you were working for him, weren't you? I met him on the street. He asked me to do a favor. That's all. He pauses for a moment, looking at you. I may be insane, but I believe you. Now get out of here before I change my mind. What was all this about? We can't talk here. Follow me. There's nothing to loot. Okay, we can talk here. What is going on here? Who are you? I can't give you those answers yet. Suffice it to say, I am part of something that, well, even I don't rightly know exactly all that I am a part of. It is safer that way, in case I am caught. But I do know a few things, which I can tell you if you prove to me that you can be trusted. It looks like I am going to need your help, now that my presence here has been compromised. How do I do that? Well, this may sound strange to you, but I'm here in Tehran to recover the skulls of the Renar Siamese twins. Their skulls are evidence that, well, I will fill you in if you bring them to me. Where would one find these skulls? Well, that's where this becomes difficult. The skulls had been interred in the mausoleum in the Tehran cemetery, but when I went looking for them, they were already gone. That's why we found his matchbook there. So where would I look for them? I do not know. I believe they are still in Tehran in a warehouse somewhere, waiting to be shipped out. Okay, so now we got another quest. Search the warehouse district until we find the skull of the Siamese twins. Long-range pistol, pyrotechnic gun, bullets. Yes. I'll take these. And sure, we can take this one as well. Here we go. Saltpeter and charcoal. Okay, let's keep that in mind. We've come across lots of charcoal, and I've ignored it stupidly. So we need a long-range pistol to make the pyrotechnic gun, and we need the looking glass rifle and the gun chassis. We have the looking glass rifle. In the past, snipers were forced to rely upon bulky rifles in order to ply their trade. Those days are behind us. With the long-range pistol, a combination of a looking glass rifle and a gun chassis, The itinerant assassin can still fire at long range with the comfort of a handheld pistol. Absolutely wonderful. He does have a gun chassis. But I'm not sure it's really in our interest to be sacrificing the Looking Glass rifle, because it's got a good 2-hit bonus. So yeah, I'm not gonna do that. Charged sword. Is this good? I can't be spending my money willy-nilly. Large capacitor, balanced sword. Right. Looking for something to spice up the old rusty sword? Look no further. By combining a large capacitor with a balanced sword, the cunning warrior can bring the charged sword to bear. Each hit of this electrical wonder brings forth a veritable fountain of voluminous voltage. Wonderful. We can't make balanced swords, but Magnus can make them. So maybe we'll try that one. Later. I have delivered the note to Mrs. Ulster. Well done, thank you. Here are the 75 coins I promised. Do you have any more work? No. We can sell him the story about how we're the survivor of the Zephyr, but that will cause problems for us. It's better to do that later.
What is it that you want of me? Yes, of course. I don't like...
Okay, you guys stay here. I'll handle this. Is this the place? Let's skills, brawl, pickpocket. Yikes. So that's not an option. Damn. Actually, this might not even be the right place. I think we need the Department of Records. I need a plan of the sewers underneath Toronto. You and every other thief in this town. Get out of here before I call a constable. Okay, that just makes him unwilling to talk to us. So it is possible to pick the lock and without making him hostile. I really need to invest more points into lock picking. Settle down, boys. This is gonna take a while. I can't wait for him to go to sleep and then try to pickpocket him. Because his bed is inside the room. It would be great if we could see the percentage chance. Okay, I think that's the way. The chance of jamming the door is just too high. Got it. Oops. He's seeing me now. But that's fine. I got the key. Now, can I go in without him getting angry? Yes, I can. Map of the sewers? Yup. Saltpeter. Bullets. Candlestick. Bye-bye.
What is it that you want? I'm ready to get...
You got it. Yes, yes. This looks very sewery. What's here? Before you is a replica of the skull of Bellerogorim, the last of the great dragons. The body of Bellerogorim was discovered by Sir Walter Ginsberg in 1756. The lair, which houses the complete skeleton, is an open exhibit and can be visited here. Oh, neat. The plaque reads, "This petrified egg was found in the lair of the great dragon. The child inside was only months from hatching before Bellerogorim was killed." This plaque reads, "This ancient iron chest was unearthed in the lair of Bellerogorim. It seems to be older even than the dragon itself. No one has been able to open it." Well, then we're definitely not going to be able to open it. Maybe once we become masters of lockpicking. Hello, welcome to the Tarantian Zoological Society. How might I help you today? I'm looking for Dr. Tristan Fenwick. Oh, he's around here somewhere. His office is just to the right. Take a look around and I'm sure you'll find him. Were we looking for this guy for some reason? Well, if you must know, I'm the head of this here Zoological Society, Dr. Tristan Fenwick. That's me, at your service and all that nonsense. What does the Zoological Society do? Well, according to the catalog, we deal with animals and animal life, including the study of the structure, physiology, development, and classification of animals. Some would say we just waste the taxpayer's coin. Come on now, science is not a waste of money. But it seems there's nothing for us to do here. An interesting little visit. University Court Library of Toronto. University Court. This big building is the Bates Estate. We'll have to go there at some point. Lots of gentlemen here. You'd think that being a scientist would give a man control over his tongue and his reason. Well met. I am Benjamin Gershwin, Doctor of Phrenology. Okay, sure. We got ourselves a real scientist here. How can I be of service? Nice to meet you, Benjamin. Did you say phrenology? Phrenology? It's a science of the head. You see, every man and woman's head is characterized by different bumps and ridges. Through exploring these, I attempt to extrapolate the personality of the individual involved. It's dreadfully interesting and phenomenally accurate. Will you read my head? Surely. Here, if you'll just lower your head and turn to the right. Oh, quite interesting. I would surmise unquestionably that you are indeed a half-orc. Your powers amaze me, Benjamin. Yes, I know. But remember, it's not me, it's science. And phrenology is the science of the future. Okay. I have a question for you about some skulls. Yes, what is it? I am interested in the skulls of the Renard Siamese twins. Ah, yes, interesting case that. They were elvish debutantes who were joined at the hip their whole lives. Scandalous characters as well. Stories of their exploits still float around the elite Torontian social circles. Is there anything else you can tell me about them? Well, there are quite a few interesting rumors in the air about their heritage not being completely elven, and bizarre conspiracy theories somehow centering around them. I had the opportunity to examine the skulls before they were interred, though, and I can tell you unequivocally that they were purebred elves. I mean, don't take this the wrong way, but I am not putting a lot of weight in his word. All the gossip is definitely untrue. Might I ask who you are? I am Professor Aldous Buxington, and I am the head of the religion department here at Toronto University. And you are? Martini Kaboom. Might I ask you a few questions? Certainly. Tell me about what you do here. Me? Oh, I've been here at Toronto University for many years. Mostly I teach classes, but I still do a fair bit of research when I can find the time. What sort of research are you doing right now? Currently, I am studying the older pagan religions of Arcanum. As I'm sure you're aware, the Panari have been the favored religion in Arcanum for the last 1,500 years. But in the years before the Age of Legends, there were many religions and many gods. Each of the races had certain gods that they prayed to, and those gods are what I've been studying. Could I ask you a few questions about the pagan religions? Of course. Tell me about the pagan gods. There were 12 pagan gods in all, 8 lesser gods, one for each of the 8 races, 3 greater gods, and the All-Father. Offerings were made to the gods in the hopes of getting their blessing, and each god demanded a different offering. I've done quite a bit of research on them. I wrote a book about them. Would you like a copy? Sure. Here you go. Is there anything else I can help you with? Are there still pagan temples? Yes, there are still individuals who worship them as well. Both the Order of Alcyone and the cult of Gestiana are examples. Most of the ancient pagan temples are in ruin now, but you can still find them scattered throughout Arcanum, and some still have their altars intact. Do you believe in the pagan gods, Professor? He gives you a shrewd glance. Do I believe in them? That's an interesting question. I've studied almost everything there is to know about the pagan gods. I visited some of the temples, even made an offering or two. All I will say is this. I've seen enough to know that these ancient beliefs are not to be trifled with. Tread lightly among the old gods, my friend. What is that diagram on the wall? Ah, yes, we call that Mazarin's mystery. Who was Mazarin? Mazarin was an elven mystic who did his share of research into the old religions. About 300 years ago, he wrote the Book of the 12 Powers, which was a fairly cryptic analysis of the pagan religions. According to Mazarin, there was some sort of deeper connection between all of them. What do you mean, deeper connection? Well, Mazarin believed the gods and their powers were somehow interwoven, and this diagram is supposed to explain how they are related. Certain gods don't get along with other gods. So and so begat so and so, get blessed by this fellow, and that fellow curses you. That sort of thing. I see. Can you explain the diagram to me? There is an excerpt from the Book of the 12 Powers that might help to explain what it means, but no one has ever been able to solve Mazarin's mysteries. That excerpt is in the book I wrote. Ah, yes. This is definitely a mystery. Let's take a look at this book. The Pagan Gods of Arcanum by Aldous T. Buxington III. The following is a brief description of the pagan religious figures of Arcanum. Most, with a few exceptions, have been forgotten and lost to antiquity. It is this author's experience that the old gods do indeed have power and are not at all to be disavowed. The Lesser God. There is a lesser god for every race in Arcanum. I have classified them into 3 categories: the noble lesser gods, the neutral lesser gods, and the darker lesser gods. The noble lesser gods. Terrell, I'm not going to read the whole book, don't worry. Terrell, the elven god of wisdom. Before the advent of existentialism, the elven people were mostly mystics who worshipped natural deities. The most powerful of those deities was Terrell, god of the trees, who later came to embody wisdom. Terrell was both blind and mute, and could only speak through the wind or the rain. Offerings to Terrell were the small wooden statues known as litani, or houses of the soul. Such idols, carved once a year by the Helvetian shamans, were said to hold the spiritual essence of the owner. Every year, the litani were offered to Terrell and then burned. Offerings of the litani to Terrell were believed to increase both intelligence and insight. So the way this works is, you can make an offering at each god's altar. We've already found Torg's altar, for instance, and you'll get a blessing. You can only get one blessing active at any one time, but if you make an offering immediately after making, if you make an offering to a god immediately after making an offering to a god that they don't like, then you get cursed. If you make the offerings in an order, in a certain order, you can then claim the blessing from the greater gods, which are much better. And And so there's three circles: the noble gods, the neutral gods, and the darker gods. We need to start with the noble gods. So then the first one in the book is Terrell, and we have that offering already, the Litani statue. But we don't have access to his altar yet. That only comes much later in the story. Before you stands a tall, bookish man with spectacles perched on the top of his head. He is oblivious to your presence, as all of his attention is focused on a telegram. Suddenly, he becomes aware of your presence and looks up. Oh, excuse me. I get so involved in these telegrams people send me. I get questions from everywhere about demons. Amazing, really. Might I ask who you are? He seems overjoyed to see you. Oh, an half-orc. I get so few opportunities to study those of your type. May I examine your head? My head? I don't like this, but okay. He moves his fingers quickly over the surface of your skull, muttering the whole time. Yes, of course. Perfect, perfect. You were about to introduce yourself to me. Yes, of course. You will have to excuse my excitement. I am new to this whole phrenology discipline. My colleague, Professor Gershwin, is doing wonderful things in the field. By way of introduction, I am Professor Eakins, scientician and expert of demonology. Scientician and demonologist? You're mixing magic and science? I am a scholar, involved in research. Magic and science are the opposite sides of the same coin. To be truly knowledgeable, one must study a tremendous variety of things. Specialization is for insects and orcs. I mean ogres. I am sorry, I mean no offense. A slip of the tongue, you see. Quite all right. What can you tell me about your scientific studies? I wish there were more to tell, actually. I am just scratching the surface of the new ways of scientificdom, such as my exploring of phrenology. Science will solve all the world's ilks within 50 years, you know. What can you tell me about demonology? Well, it concerns the study of demons, obviously. Heh, I was just thinking about a rather humorous one, actually, name of Gorgot. Can you tell me about it? Gorgot was a mindless demon, roaming the countryside. He had an insatiable appetite and would eat anything he came across. And, he chuckles, this is the funny part, he happened upon a village of halflings and ate them all. It seems he had a sweet tooth for halflings. Ah, isn't that great? I don't like this fellow. What happened to him? Oh, he was banished to some other realm or some such nonsense. That's what they used to do with troublemakers back in those days. Okay. What sort of books do you sell here? Well, as I'm sure you're well aware, Toronto University is an institution devoted to the study of science. The books we sell here are about science and technology as well. I see. What help are these books, friend? The manuals that we sell are very helpful in learning general knowledge about a particular technological discipline. If you find yourself spending most of your time studying electricity, but are interested in learning a little about chemistry, then the chemistry manual will give you a little added expertise without having to commit to a full degree in chemistry. Okay. 750 coins per manual. That's expensive. Let's take a gunsmithy. We're going to need a lot of them, I think, if we want to craft guns. Phrenology, for those who are uninitiated with it, is basically a junk pseudoscience that really existed in the real world. Doesn't anymore. What is this? The orcish question. I'm not reading all of this. Pardon me, madam, do you have a membership? Unfortunately, I do not. All of our scholarly patrons have memberships. The Library of Toronto requires membership for anyone who wishes to read our volumes. We find it keeps out the bad element. How much does it cost? Must we continue this charade? It must be obvious to you that this is not your element. The pub is located right down the street. Ah, charming fellow. Please just tell me how much a membership is. A lifetime membership costs a mere 5,000 coins. Could you tell me a little about your facilities? This is the Great Library of Toronto. It was created 60 years ago when the king chose to make this his extensive library available to the public. King? Toronto has a king? Toronto no longer has a king. The tale is a heartbreaking one. Some would say that when technology began to come into power, it was the king's desire to industrialize Toronto slowly. Others thought the king was holding technology back from the people. Though the kingdom was thriving, the royal court was in turmoil. Yes, the League of Gnomish Merchants was gaining power. One day the king was found dead, the queen and the prince were missing. Having no heirs, the royal court was disbanded, and the Gnomish Merchants Guild took control. Methinks the gnomes had something to do with the king's death. Oh well, I'm not sure what value there is in the library membership. And I don't have enough money anyway, so who cares? So yeah, phrenology was an actual junk science, pseudoscience, that was, like many things given prominence and credibility, created solely to justify slavery. Yeah. The idea is that you can examine someone's the idea is that you can examine someone's skull and find out everything there is to know about them. So these charlatans mostly were just paid by rich capitalists to tell everyone that, oh yeah, black people should definitely be slaves. Yeah, we've examined the skulls of thousands of black people. There's no doubt. Isn't our world fun? Right, let's get the map back and get paid. I have your map of the sewer for you. Excellent. I could see I've made the right choice in asking you to join us. 300 coins a fair price, eh? Thank you, and good luck. Now that you're a part of the underground, I see nothing but profit in your future. Oh, and before I neglect to be mentioning it, there's a fence down on 11 Low Dervish Road near Devonshire. Okay. Yeah, you ever need dispose of some hot items? That'd be the place. Good place to buy as well. Any more jobs? I have something. It's not specifically one of our jobs, just an outside request. Cedric Appleby wants something stolen from Gilbert Bates' house. He has the key to some sort of secret passage to the Bates place, eh? Appleby hates that bloke with a passion. He'd be residing at 29 Low Dover's Road. You be interested? I'll give it a go. As I said, it's not our quest, so you'll need to discuss the specifics with Mr. Appleby himself. I also have another one of our jobs waiting, though it be a rather dangerous one. If you be apt for that sort of thing. Danger is not a concern as long as the price is right. Always, my friend, the price is always right when dealing with Thaddeus. 1,000 coins should do the trick, don't you think? That's agreeable. As I said, it's a dangerous one. Have you heard of the barbarians of Cree? No. Well, they be aptly named. Followers of that old bastard, the Bane of Cree. Given his name when he slaughtered the whole city of Cree some 2,000 years ago. The barbarians are descendants of the pillaging hordes that were the Bane's followers. Ironically, they live in the ruins of old Cree, they do. So what do I need to do? I'm glad you asked. Those savages have an idol made of pure gold, wasted on the likes of them, I assure you. All you have to do is sneak into Cree and steal it. Not difficult for someone of your talents, eh? Alright, I'm off to steal an idol. So now we have a very difficult, very dangerous quest. Hopefully we'll be up for it. And this is where the fence is. I thought you were the fence. You won't buy these? Okay. I already have an oiled thieves' leather. So they don't have anything I'm particularly interested in. Expert in prowling, 500 coins. Here you go. Thank you, Martini Kaboom. It takes a few moments to review your skills and demonstrate some new techniques. You are now an expert at prowling. Here, take this note. If you ever wish to become a master prowler, you will need to follow the clues in the note to locate the master trainer. Good luck, Martini Kaboom. I am sure your newfound skills will impress the underground. A clue to my location, as surely as I live. Find me and mastery to you I will give. Come to the place where old and new reign. Look for an inn. Here is a hint to its name. A room with no windows. No floor and no roof. The number 4 is where you will find proof. Place where old and new reign. I have no idea. I am Mr. Black. What do you want? Okay, some fence. I can't Can't even sell anything here. Very disappointed. Not at all what I expected from the Thieves Guild. What is the world coming to if you can't even trust thieves? HT Parnells. I think there's something you need from this place. The plaque reads, "The bizarre two-headed bovine of Vendigroth." Ha! Fallout reference. The sign in front of this object claims it is a petrified dragon, but it looks more like a poorly carved piece of rock. The plaque on this display reads, "Amazing miniature steam engine. Actually works." This appears to be some sort of rock. The plaque on it reads, "The Evil Arcanum." The plaque reads, "The Amazing Gar, the world's most intelligent orc." The plaque on this display reads, "Authentic Cree Shrunken Head." Stillwater Giant display case. Inside this case is a clumsily stitched assemblage of moth-eaten bear pelts. The plaque identifies this obvious fake as the Stillwater Giant.
Ugh! Igar, world's smartest orc. You have got question?
I do not know. What is your area of expertise?
I know much things. Gar tell all. Politics, mathematics, tea.
Tea?
Yes, Gar like tea. Gar civilized. Gar say Earl Grey best. Made from blend of black teas and oil from the bergamot plant. Excellent, Gar say.
I think you need persuasion to be able to recruit Gar as a companion. I don't know if he's good. What about Tarantian politics?
Foremost representative democracy in Arcanum. Chairman Willowsby try align Tarrant with Caledon, cause him much trouble. Councilman Braith call for him to step down. Us invade Caledon. He not like Caledon because it monarchy. Main question be, can democracy join with monarchy and not destabilize?
No, it can't. What else can you tell me of politics in Arcanum?
Cumbria kingdom dying. Refuse all technology. Lose all provinces. Gar think King Praetor stupid. Other places side Caledon or Tarrant. Few try be alone. I know much things. Gar tell all. Politics, mathematics, tea.
Mathematics. Tell me, what is 4,573,200 divided by 6,543?
Gar not genius. Gar smarter than other orcs. Not smarter than Professor of Mathematics. I know 25 times 40 equals 1,000. No other orc tell you that.
Are you trying to insult me? We share blood, you know.
But you so superior to Gar. You have human blood. You smart. Gar only smart compared to other pure orc, not half orc.
Okay, then.
Yes, Gar like
I prefer green myself.
Hug. Gar like green tea. Good for foreigner, not gentleman.
You were going to say something else, weren't you?
Oh, Gar say only what Gar means.
Yeah, we need persuasion. No other way. May I ask you a few questions? Let me bask in the shadow of your genius, dear sir. Perhaps I was a bit harsh on you. I've always had a place in my heart for pathetic rulers. May I ask who I have the great honor to be addressing? This strange looking fellow puffs out his chest and stretches out his arms as if he is addressing a large crowd. I am H.T. Parnell, world famous showman and collector of all that is strange and fabulous. What is this place? This is my Emporium of Wonders, home to several of the world's most intriguing exhibits. I'd like to ask about your objects. Which of our exotic, intriguing objects would you like to know more about? The miniature engine. This is an exact scale replica of the first Bates steam engine, made exclusively from toothpicks and string. And it works too. What about the Stillwater Giant Pelt? That is one of my most famous exhibits. It creates a sense of awe just to behold a ferocious creature of that magnitude. A holdout from Arcanum's distant past. What must it have been like to see herds of these creatures hunting their prey? It looks fake to me. What are you insinuating, madam? I'm not insinuating anything. I said it looked fake. Are you dim? Watch yourself, or I'll be forced to show you combat skills honed in countless life and death struggles. He doesn't like that. Okay, how did you acquire the pelt? Franklin Payne, world-renowned adventurer, under contract to me, of course, has tracked the elusive creature to its lair, only to have the shifting winds betray its presence. Before he could even raise his weapon, the awful beast attacked. And then what happened? Armed only with a small dagger, Payne leapt upon the creature. Much blood was shed by man and beast, but Payne emerged victorious after impaling the creature on one of its own claws. One of its own claws? That seems a bit far-fetched. What about the small head? The shrunken head of the barbarians of Cree. He lowers his voice in mock seriousness. It is told that there are still tribes of nomadic barbarians roaming the southeast, who are meant to be the descendants of the very tribes that followed the Bane of Cree on his murderous rampage across Arcanum. This head is all that was left of an adventurer who went looking for them. What about the strange rock? That is the face of none other than Aronnax, mysteriously burned into the rock by mystical forces during his banishment to the Nether Realms. We know who Aronnax is. Evil incarnate, he tried to take over the world and establish the elves as the ultimate rulers of all the races. Luckily, Nasruddin crushed him like the worm he was. What else can you tell me about Aronnax and Nasruddin? Not much, sad to say. Theology and ancient lore are not my strong suit. Perhaps you should talk to a priest of the Panari. I think they have a temple around here somewhere. What about the cow with two heads? That enigmatic cud chewer was shot on safari in the wastes of Vendrigot. Who can say what sorcery or forbidden scientifics were called upon to create such a beast? You might not think of it to look at it, but it was a man-eater. It was. I believe I've seen a two-headed cow somewhere before. Not unless you've been to those blighted wastes of Vendigrod, madam. What about the petrified dragon? Magnificent, is it not? I find it one of my saddest exhibits, a remnant of the world gone by. The young dragon separated from his mother for all eternity. What about Gar the orc? Ah, yes, Gar the orc. I rescued him from some orc slavers on one of my many expeditions searching for oddities in exotic lands. They had recently captured him and were about to execute him when I intervened. They mistook his intelligence for supernatural possession, you see? Very interesting. Let's see if we can steal the pelt. We'll wait until they go to sleep. This is a clumsily stitched assemblage of moth-eaten bear pelts that is supposed to be from the Stillwater giant. Well, we got the pelt. Now, let's go drop off some items. And then we'll go and search for the warehouse with the skull. Poor Sir Matt de Cesar, still standing there waiting for us. Can drop all of these off. We don't need them. This is Cedric Appleby's house. This is behind it is the Panari Temple. So the skulls have got to be somewhere in one of these buildings in this part of town. This is the stone cutter. We've been here. It's where we found the painting. Hmm. Here we get a factory with several orcs. No talk. Get orc in trouble. Get away. How can I get you in trouble? Leave me alone, half-blood mongrel. Foreman see no work, get bad trouble. No coin, no food. Maybe beat. No, orc no talk to you, mongrel. That's terrible. I can't believe they treat you that way. That's how it is. Work here, no leave, no more. Need coin. It bad place for orc. May I ask what your position is here? I'm the foreman of this factory. I've got a lot of your relatives working here, mongrel. Maybe you would fit right in with them. Hey, lady, what do you say? Hmm. How about here? May I ask what this place is? This is the Bates Engine Factory. Now please leave me. I cannot stomach your stench. Okay, let's try this one. Guard. There's something inside the building. Come on, how hard is this? It's not... Oh, it's jammed. What's my lockpicking skill, by the way? It's not bad. but evidently not good enough. Jammed. Okay, maybe this is the wrong place. Let's try here. No. Here. There's a guard here. Ouch. Should have been more careful there. Black powder. Okay, it's already jammed. Heron device. Hmm. Let's try this way. Okay, this is definitely not what we came here for. This is the only place I haven't checked yet. So it's gotta be the one. But unfortunately, I don't have a high enough skill unless the door were to open in the morning. No, still locked. Okay. Well, we'll keep that in mind. So I guess there's nothing else we can... There's nothing else really to do but to move on with things, I guess. Let's go to P. Skylar and Sons. Wait here for a minute.
Hello again. What is it that you need to know? Perhaps. I do see some potential in you, my friend, and you seem trustworthy. Done. Let us proceed and throw some light on this mystery.
Good to have you aboard.
How can I help?
Magnus's Arachnophobia revolver adds Magnus's character level as damage against spiders. Neat.
What are you doing? Those are mine. My grandfather gave me those. They're my only connection to my lost clan. Give them back right now.
Of course, of course. Take them.
Thank you. Outlanders. Never. How can I help you?
He's also got bullets, 600. Okay, let's go inside. Hello, welcome to P. Skylar and Sons, dealers in the rare and beautiful. My name is James Kingsford. How might I help you? Hello, I'd like to talk with someone concerning this ring. What exactly can I help you with? Did you purchase the ring from P. Skylar and Sons? Not exactly. I was given the ring by someone. I'm very sorry, but we don't guarantee the quality of our products unless they were purchased directly from us. Now, if there's nothing else, I really must get back to work. No, you don't understand. Perhaps if I spoke to Mr. Skylar. I'm afraid that's quite impossible. The Skylars are extremely busy men, and I know they can't be bothered with something as trivial as your concerns with a product you didn't even buy. But wait, I just need to find out too. I'm so very glad you stopped by though. Feel free to browse the store if you'd like. Look, I really need to talk to someone about this ring. I'm afraid that's quite impossible. The Skylars are extremely busy men, and I know they can't be bothered with something as trivial. Okay. He just says the same thing. There's a trap door in there. Got it. Don't mind us. Zombies.
Look! It's an ancient dwarf. Burial ground. How can I help you?
Let me ask you some
What
questions,
do you need to know?
Magnus. What do you know about this place?
This is Tarant, my friend. Can't say as I know much about it. I do know that if you need to find someone in particular, you should stop by the Hall of Records. When I was looking for P. Skylar and Sons, that's what I did. How can I help you? What do you need to know?
Any further thoughts about P. Skylar and
Beyond the
Sons?
rumors of murder, mysticism, and foul play? No, I think that just about covers what I know, my friend. How can I help? What do you...
Yeah, that checks out. Okay, he seems geared towards perception and firearms. He could also do a good job with melee. A helmet.
How can I help?
Well, he can make use of that. Here you go. Okay, let's go down. Oh,
What is it that you want of me?
first,
What type? What? I am. What is it that? What? What? I am finished. What is it that you?
I can't believe what's been done here. It's a travesty.
oh yeah, sound like the rumors of occultism chicanery are quite true. What are these supposed jewelers up to? They got a whole catacomb down here. Good job, guys. Spotted the trap. Let's disarm it. We're getting a little cocky. But these enemies, I feel, are weak enough that we don't need to go into turn-based mode.
How can I help you?
What did you pick up? Oh, it's your own revolver. You dropped it. Okay, that happens. It's happened to me a few times.
What is it that you want? What type? What? I am. What is it that? What type of? What type of? I am. What is it? That, what type? What? I am finished. What is it that you?
Dwarven undead, level 1. Heavy wood door, magically held. Let's advance with caution. Whoops, crap. These guys aren't hostile.
What is it that you want? What type of what? I am finished.
For
What is it?
now,
What type
anyway.
of what? I am finished. What is it that what? I am finished. What is it that what? I am finished. What is it that you want of me?
This is creepy. I had no memory of this part of the game whatsoever.
Gods! They're using dwarf and zombies to do this grisly work. These truly are my lost people, and their resting place has been desecrated.
Magnus, are you sure? These dwarves look strange.
Yes, I agree. And I wish you'd stop going on about it, Magnus. I mean, these dwarves, even for the undead, they look a bit odd, misshapen or something. And the stonework in this tomb is atrocious. I'm not one to profane the dead, but I'd never claim these oddities as my lost people.
Easy, Virgil. You're not helping the situation.
What? Who are you to make judgments about dwarven stonework? You're not even a dwarf, and you're bloody stupid as well. Primitive dwarves. Blech.
Don't worry, Magnus. We'll right this wrong.
Good. Then I can count on you to fight by my side.
Oh. I lost my thieves' letter. Oh, that's terrible.
What is it that you want of me?
You can hold on to it for a bit. He doesn't want to hold on to this. Okay. Did I already check this chest? Yes. No traps here. Bandages. Bullets. We can just drop the lockpicks here. I'm never gonna find anyone willing to buy them. There's no point. These, however, I'll take.
How can I help you?
We might be able to sell them. Oh. And he's using them. He's failing to use them.
How can I help?
He's used them all, didn't heal himself even a little bit. All right. Okay. This looks like a boss fight. What? Who are you to trespass in the halls of our business establishment? Identify yourselves immediately. I think after what I've seen, you better identify yourself. I'll be the one demanding answers around here. You've obviously no idea what you've stumbled into, and your situation is only worsening. I'm not going to ask again. Why are you here? Okay. I'm in desperate need of some information. Information? You violated our home and our business out of the need for some information? That's utterly preposterous. This is your home as well? Egads, man, it's a crypt. You break into my home and then have the gall to insult me? Do you have any idea of the powers I can bring to bear against you, stranger? Dark rivers of twisted image and scream and dream. Fragments of night fear. The frayed and tattered screams of the desperate and the damned. Magnus and I aren't too worried about your threats, wizard. Don't test me, stranger. There's only so much insolence I will tolerate here. Insult or threaten me again, and I will destroy you. Fine. Take a look at this ring. Ah, yes, I see. A signet ring. And these letters, GB. More than likely, they belong to the individual who purchased the ring from us. I guessed as much. Could you tell me the identity? Well, it seems we are at a crossroads, my friend. We, the Schuyler family, have been in business for more than 400 years. Never once in all that time have we betrayed the trust of a customer. And yet here you are. And so much you've seen. But exactly what have I seen? What is going on down here? I suppose it does no harm in telling you now. I am Winston Schuyler, and these are my brothers, Edward and Niles. The Schuyler name is an old name, one of the oldest families in all of Arcanum. We've traced our bloodlines back to the Age of Legends and further, and always, from the very beginning, we have practiced the darker arts. What exactly do you mean by the darker arts? Necromancy, my curious friend. Conjurings of the spirits. Phantasmal speaking. The animation of the incurably dead. The Skylers are a family who spent their time in the Twilight Lands, cowled in death and shadow. Necromancy. Has this always been the family business? Yes, for as many generations as have been recorded in our family's tome, the Skylers have walked with the spirits of the dead. My great 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 grandfather was conjurer witness to the chiefs of the clan wars, where the great machines of the dwarves leveled cities and mountains. Interesting, please continue. I told you before, we can trace our history back to the Age of Legends, where the great necromancers ruled along with the Elven Council. The days when mighty Kurgan, perhaps the first of our kind, battled the Bane of Kree in the Death Hollows. The very stones burned there for 3 days in their passing. That's fascinating. How did you go into business? Oh, it's just the way things happen. My grandfather, Basil Schuyler, decided he was tired of the stigma which had arisen around our family. You know, most people tend to stay away from necromancers as a general rule. Yes, I can see why. And so? Well, he moved to Caledon and started a small business there, P. Schuyler and Sons. My father and my uncle were both still fairly young, but powerful in the arts. They used their powers to locate lost artifacts and made a business of selling unique and rare jewelry. As you can see, the business has done fairly well. I should say so. Your family built this store over the tomb? And what about this business with the Eyeless Five? The Eyeless Five were a strange case, one that was never solved by the authorities, and was only associated with us because of the sale of the ruby pendant. We had nothing to do with the murders whatsoever. It may have been done merely to bring us unwanted attention. Sometimes businessmen are worse than the most hardened criminals. I see, and the gem dealer from Ireland? That man was sick before we ever saw him. Our business was a legitimate business transaction. His death following it was, unfortunately, an inevitability brought about by his weak constitution. I see, so your family built this store over the dwarven tomb. Yes, we discovered the tomb more than 150 years ago, before Toronto had become such a great city. So our family left their home in Old Caledon and moved here. We weren't sad to leave there. Some of the locals had begun to become suspicious of our activities. No offense, but I can see why they might be a little leery. Sadly, I can see your point. The world, for one such as we, is becoming smaller, so few people remember the old ways, when magic was a part of everything and everyone. There was a time when we were legitimate businessmen, and no one blinked an eye at our operation. Well, Magnus and I have come to rectify this dwarven tragedy. Enough, you have brought this upon yourselves. Surrender to the darkness. Hmm. They're all relatively low level. The zombies are the most dangerous ones. But even they're no big deal. Gold charm of speed, robes. Same. Key to the Skylar's file cabinet. That's good. That's what I want. Broadsword. Can I actually carry this? I have so much stuff I need to sell. Telegram.
How can I help?
Let's give you some dynamite to hold on to. And why is there a dead guy over here? To P. Skylar and Sons, stop. Please accept this telegram as my commitment for payment of the signet ring I had made for my son, Gilbert Bates. Stop. Payment has been wired as per your instructions. I will arrive in Toronto in 2 weeks to pick up the ring. Stop. Sincerely. Benjamin Bates, stop. Okay. So now we know about Gilbert Bates. That's the guy we need to talk to. We got a lot of stuff here.
What is it that you want to...
Let's give you this to hold on to. How about this one? Still magically held. I have no idea what's in there. I found a purchase order for a signet ring. The order was made by a Benjamin Bates, but the ring was purchased for his son, Gilbert Bates.
How can I help you?
Let's see. We can have him make us a balanced sword, but we need a fine hilt. Okay, so we'll see about getting that. I guess we just leave these dwarves here.
Thank you, my friend, for fighting by my side. I'd like to share something with you. My family name. The name of my family is Shale Fist, and I, Magnus Shale Fist, am grateful to you. The dwarves of this clan would also be grateful to you, were they not long dead.
But isn't this your clan, Magnus?
No, I don't think so. I I so wanted to find a clue as to who or where that I came from. But I don't think these dwarves are my lost clan.
I'm sorry, Magnus. Don't give up hope.
I won't, my friend. I guess I can keep looking. In any case, would you mind if I continue traveling with you?
Not
That's
at all.
good. You can always use a dwarf in your party. That's what I always say. They're usually the only level heads in the bunch. Yes, let's do so.
And that's that here. Now, let's see if we can find him the hilt, so we can get the balanced sword. Mostly because I want to see what it looks like. And we'll come back and pick up Sog afterwards.